for y'all. So it is Kathy Payne, and she's going to share a testimony for Dr. Sanchez-Galler.
Thank you so much for having me tonight. I just want to say, first of all, that Dr. Sanchez has been such a blessing in my life. She has helped me tremendously to go through the journey that I've gone through in the last 3 years. So I just want to say, I want to start off saying I've been overweight all my life. I can recall being a very young girl when food motivated me. When I was about 6 years old, I used to round up kids in the neighborhood every week to go to church with me, because if I brought somebody to church, I would get a marathon bar. I don't know if you remember those, but that was it was a candy bar. As I got older, I found comfort in food. If I was sad, mad, and even happy, I would turn to food. Food became my primary coping tool. Anytime I felt any kind of discomfort or anytime I wanted to celebrate something, food was what gave me relief and gave me a high. What I learned was that the relief and the high was only temporary and left me feeling even more empty and unsatisfied afterward. On top of that, I kept gaining weight. As a result of my morbid obesity and poor eating habits, I had diabetes, high blood pressure, severe arthritis in my back, hips and knees, migraines, and depression. I was miserable. My highest weight was 391 pounds. I've had 2 hip and 2 knee replacements. I've had lower back pain for most of my adult life. I've had 2 umbilical hernia surgeries and a blocked colon due to my eating habits. I also abused laxatives for over 10 years as a way to purge all of the food that I would overeat. They call this laxative bulimia. The depression started when I was about 12 years old. I was bullied and teased mercilessly because I was fat. The depression included suicide ideation. I attempted suicide when I was 18. I fantasized daily for 30 years about killing myself. Fortunately, in my early 40s, I went through CBT and DBT therapy, and it turned my life around with regards to my depression. I learned healthy coping tools and how to deal with my emotions, feelings, and thoughts. I've tried all kinds of things to lose weight, and that was usually the focus: weight loss. I tried pain waves, acupuncture, acupressure, hypnosis, pills, exercise, and just about everything. The only thing I didn't do was weight loss surgery, although I went partially through the Kaiser Bariatric Surgery Program 5 times before I decided that weight loss surgery was not the answer for me. I was seeing Dr. Sanchez when all of that was going on with me. I started seeing the wonderful Dr. Sanchez in 2020 during the last time that I was going through the weight loss surgery program. I was really struggling with controlling my eating habits. I started taking phentermine, and that seemed to help curb the cravings for a while, but there was something deeper that was preventing me from really seeing success with the drug. Something was missing. I realized that I had an eating disorder. In March of 2021, out of sheer desperation, I started attending a 12-step program called Overeaters Anonymous, a program that is patterned after that of Alcoholics Anonymous. I was familiar with the fellowship of OA because I attended a few meetings back in '95. I knew that it worked for a lot of people. If there was one good thing that came out of the pandemic, it was Zoom, because Zoom allowed me to go to meetings online, anywhere, and I could do them from my home. And the closest meeting for me was over an hour away. OA is a fellowship that is not about diets and calories. It doesn't endorse any particular plan of eating. You find the eating plan that fits for you. In OA, I realized that I turn to food when I'm experiencing any type of discomfort or stress. I have a very stressful job that I've been at for almost 23 years, so no wonder why I was almost 400 pounds. Through my faith in God, all the mental health therapy, Dr. Sanchez's help, and from working through the 12 steps of OA, I have found hope. If I was going to get healthy and lose weight, I was going to need to find better ways to cope with discomfort. My focus was not about losing weight, but about finding healthy ways to manage life. I've tried many different eating plans, but have found that high protein, moderate fat, and low carb is the best option for me. I do my best to abstain from sugar, flour, and compulsive eating behaviors. Right now, I do intermittent fasting, drink a lot of water, and only eat 2 meals a day. The benefits of making these positive changes in my life have been releasing 140 pounds and counting. I no longer need insulin or oral diabetes medication. I no longer have high blood pressure and have to take medication. On most days, the pain in my back is around a 1 on the pain scale. I can fit into booths at restaurants. I don't have to worry about sitting in a chair and breaking it. I'm not constantly worried about my body size. But the biggest benefit of all is that I have daily reprieve from this eating disorder, and I only need to take it one day at a time. I want to thank Dr. Sanchez for all her encouragement and support through the past several years. She's been one of my biggest cheerleaders and a blessing on my journey. I truly appreciate her. I leave you with a final thought. It's not about perfection, it's about effort. And when you bring that effort every single day, that's where transformation happens. That's how change occurs. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my journey.